Hey, beauties.
She cannot get it. And I want to say, hey, friends, because on my YouTube channel, everybody is a friend. But what is it, beauties?
Beauties.
Hey, beauties.
And that's not just for queens. That's for kings, too.
Yeah, we got to get it together, like synchronized.
Say yep.
1, 2, 3. Hey, beauties. There we go. All right. Hey, friends. Okay. So yes, I am back with a new me. So a couple of years ago, I used to wear my hair red. It was a darker red than this, but I don't know why I stopped wearing the red color. I think I just got so busy with life. I didn't have time to sit in a chair and get my hair colored. But I decided to go back to red because it fits. But yes, today is Sunday. And I have a lot of things that I need to get done today. So me and Khadijah are shooting our very first episode of our podcast. It is about beauty and business. And I think we're going to add mimosas to it. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see her on camera and to see her growth with recording because she's not used to recording herself on camera. So that's going to be a sight to see. I'm excited to just have fun and cut loose. So we're going to be recording the first podcast, and then we're going to start working on the next episode of the next podcast. Then after that, I need to start working on my state boards for my state board exam. And then I have 3 or 4 videos that I need to edit. And I need to go ahead and get some of those uploaded onto YouTube so that I can be publishing for this week. Then I need to work on the content that I'm going to be releasing on social media. Any sales that we might be doing. And I also need to work on making flyers for the mobile detailing business for my husband. So I've got a lot of work cut out, and I'm going to get it done. I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that. I may not get it all done today, but I'm going to try and knock out as many things as I can. And then throughout the week, I will be doing more. I know for sure I've got to get one video edited, and I've got to work on those flyers, and yeah, got to do that. So, are you ready? Here we go. So, what's going to be our opening quote?
About determination. Since we're going with Kanye.
You gotta speak louder because the camera gotta pick you up.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh, okay. Let's do that's a good fucking question.
You wanna Google some quotes?
Yeah. Here, let me see what that is.
So while she is working on that, what we are doing at the current moment is we are working on going over our scripts for our podcast, making sure that we have everything together. And we're going to start all of our podcasts out with a quote. So we have to have a quote to start it off with a quote. All right, so the opening announcement is, hi, hey friends. Well, what are we gonna call our audience?
Hey beauties.
Hey beauties. On today's podcast, we are going to be, no, I jumped too far. Hey beauties, welcome to Business and Beauty Podcast with your hosts, Ebony and Khadijah. That's a little bit of background about me. I'm gonna turn it over to my partner.
Hey beauty. So my name is Khadijah. I go by Kay. I am a salon owner here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm also an author. I did write my first book in 2021. That is How to Get Your Bag, Business, and hell, I forgot. Goals. Scratch. Take one. Let's start over, friend.
Keep going, because you're not going to edit it out.
Okay. know.
So when you mess up,
keep going.
no.
Okay.
So when you mess up, you gotta pause because I need to be able to break it. So I have to be able to break it in between you going to the next. So even if you just gotta sit there for a second, when I'm editing it, I'll know. Okay. When you feel like you mess up, say, you know what? Strike that. Start over. Pause. Smile, and then start it over.
Okay. So yes, I am an author. That was in 2021. It's about business and goals. It's literally step by step how to open your business, and moving forward, we're gonna be great.
All right, so let's get into our topic of today. Spoiler alert.
Yes.
If you have not watched it, you may want to watch it before you watch this because we are going to be going into the nitty-gritty details. Are you ready? Here we go. So once I say that, I'm going to pause because that's when I'm going to insert the intro video.
Okay.
So then from the intro video, we'll come back in and we'll start going into the Kanye West documentary. So do you want to do the spoiler alert or you want me to do it?
No, I like the way you do that, right?
All right.
Awesome. And I took that as well as like, just to see somebody, to have somebody to actually record. It wasn't just, him by himself. It almost put him on a platform like, I know that in 10 years I'm going to be this big. Like, he already spoke it into his life. I took that as of that.
All right. So now that we got those parts out the way, that's just a practice rundown. So that's basically how to go. But we also have to be mindful of the time. I think on the other camera, it basically shows you a countdown from how much time we have. I don't know if it starts off with how much time you've already recorded or whatnot, but we'll have to set a timer because I don't want to spend a lot of time editing.
Okay.
So we got to make sure we hit all the points and then go back. Okay. But just make sure you're talking loud.
Okay.
So that it can hear you. And then I think that's it. How do you feel? You feel comfortable?
Yeah, I feel comfortable now that I got it because I ain't never did it. So it made me nervous. But all right. All right. So we're gonna start over like with the quote also.
We're gonna start everything over.
So how long from this part to, is it all of this? Or how long should this part take? Maybe 10 seconds?
Yeah, like we just go through it fast. Oh, you talking about me? It's the red for me.
Okay, hey beauties. So right now we are literally in the middle of doing our podcast. The battery just went dead. So yes, my lovely Evie is switching camera batteries right now.
So as she was talking, I seen it flashing the battery light. I'm like, man, I hope it don't cut off while she's trying to get her point across. So that is what we were doing. I forgot to change out the battery. I forgot to charge the batteries to the camera last night. And I have 2 batteries, but now we got to play musical chair with the batteries. So every time we see it flashing, we got to switch it out. But we are determined. And that's crazy because we were just talking about how Kanye was determined. And look at how determined we are to get this podcast up and running, where we up here switching out batteries.
Okay.
All right, let's get back to it.
I would gladly risk it all through the wire.
No, tell them what you thought the real lyrics was. Tell them what you thought the lyrics was.
Not even saying through the wire, through the nitty gritty wire.
Yo, the nitty gritty, not the nitty gritty. I can't.
Right, so right now, beauties, I am writing down a couple of quotes. We kind of already know where we're gonna take this next podcast too, so I'm just writing down a couple of quotes for us, and then at the end we'll pick the most 2 that we like.
All right, so from our topics of podcasts, we did the Kanye West documentary. We had business startup, how it happens, business misconceptions, beauty industry topics, how to balance work, life, and business, the confidence with competition, controlling your emotions in business, and is it lonely in business?
I think we could take, what's the number 2 you said?
business startup, how it happened.
Misconception.
Business misconceptions.
Yeah, I think we could tie that into there.
All right, spoiler alert. Our next podcast is going to be on the topic of dum 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 dum.
Da da da. She said
I forgot the topic.
Business misconceptions.
I can't with you. How we open it. We also gotta record our intro.
Okay.
So what I was thinking about for the intro is I already have some photo clips of me working that I can just snip it. But I'm gonna have to come up here one day, probably on a Saturday, and like record you doing things in business, record you in your office, record you on the salon floor. So yeah, so then we can tie that all together, and then I'll take some of the clips from the podcast and put that in there.
Okay.
Our spoiler alert. And then we just gotta figure out, I think it'll probably take some time to actually do some research on some of the biggest misconceptions. I think one of them is people think they're gonna be rich.
In a blink of an eye. That shit's crazy. Baby, you got to work. Work.
People think they're going to be
I can't
rich.
stop looking at me in this camera, y'all. I'm sorry. I just want to be rich.
What's another misconception? You definitely need to have a business plan together.
I think so too. But I also think before you even, the big question here is when you go into businesses, where am I going to get this money from? I mean, I hate when people just automatically assume the bank. The bank don't always, it's always something with the damn bank. So for me, it's work, save your money, and work, save your money, and then go from, okay, this is what I save, this is, and then kind of make the budget of what you can do with what you have versus going to go to a loan shark and now you got to pay them back. But what if I don't make it to pay it back?
Right.
Hey, beauties.
She cannot get it. And I want to say, hey, friends, because on my YouTube channel, you know, everybody is a friend. But what is it, beauties?
Beauties.
Hey, beauties.
And that's not just for queens. That's for kings, too.
Yeah, we got to get it together, like synchronized.
Say yep.
1, 2, 3. Hey, beauties. There we go. All right, appearance. So I think we got some good topics.
We do.
We can't tell y'all everything because we want you to come back. You gotta come watch us.
You ready?
Are you ready? Here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Y'all stay tuned.
All right, so you guys know that me and Kay, we did the educators program for cosmetology, and we took our written test and passed it. Whoop whoop! And now she is about to go before the board to do her not the written, the theory demo, where she has to actually teach a lesson plan in front of a board of proctors, and I'll have to do that. But of course, she takes her test before I take mine. So we are going to watch her prepare for her lesson.
It's a magic stick.
Are you about to use that as a pointer?
I am. All right. So you guys, I'm gonna pretend for some of the part because I actually don't have it. I don't have it printed out just yet. So this is really the paper, and this is my board. All right. So when I first get in there, I do know they give me a couple minutes to set up. The table is literally this small.
Oh wow, it's the size of that.
That's
all you
get.
get.
This half right here. So I got, the first time I went, I had a bigger board and it literally took up way too much space. I didn't have time to maneuver. So this board is way smaller, and I'm gonna set the board like this. I'm gonna have something to like hold these flaps. That way I can talk in front of my board. Okay? So I'm trying to get my body to like, something's going on.
All that work you put in yesterday.
Yeah. So, the first part, I'm going to just use this paper as because this is what it's on. So, good morning, everybody. My name is...
Okay, so updates. So far, I have accomplished one thing on my mini list, one thing from the list of many things that I need to do. And I've started editing a video. I'm going to complete that because I have to get back on my grind with releasing videos. I was doing so good, like my retention rate was good, the average views was good, even as to how many people were watching, and everything was going up and up. And then life happened and I stopped posting videos as much, so everything went down. So I'm trying to get it back up. So yep, I'm about to work on that. Is that edge control right there? I think so. But yeah, so I'm about to work on finishing editing this video, and then I'm gonna upload it. So let's get to work.